You know, when I started to mediate, I actually didn't use the word mediation for years, so I didn't have the problem that people often have now, is trying to figure out which way to mediate. I was really trying to follow some impulse that I knew was deep inside me. The truest stance for me in relationship to conflict, where I feel I can be most helpful to people, is not being on one side or the other, especially for one and against the other, but being between, and to see if I can put myself into the middle of the fire with them, that I can help them take them through the fire, and that also heals something in me from my own life.
There is nothing that says we have to do it the way the law says.
Okay, so let's just stop at this moment. And Steve, you know, I was brought up to be a lawyer. Lawyering was deep in my blood and veins. When I felt, after practicing law as a litigator for a number of years, that there was a kind of incompatibility between what I believed and the way that I was being as a lawyer, I had to stop. When I found this way of working, I felt like, oh, well, this is me. The understanding-based model came actually out of practice. I would do something, and then I would have a conversation with Jack, and then he would explain, this is what you've done. Theory number one. Then we would try it out, and the next time I would mediate, I would have that idea clearer in my head, why I had done what I'd done in the last session, and then I'd try that, and I said, well, that didn't quite work either. It was that kind of interactive experience with him, and actually that's at the heart of all of our teaching. We really don't think people learn as well through didaction as they do through interaction. It's how we work together with each other, and it's how we work with people in the programs. The program is designed to give participants a chance to be front and center, to have their experience be at the center of what we work with. So instead of having conversations about what mediation is, we create real-life situations, and out of that, people bring their lives into the room.
They've taken our services, they've taken our work, and they're trying to take our reputation.
We see what happens to them and to us and between us and them in our interactions, and then out of that, the real learning takes place. It's incredibly gratifying to know that what we've discovered seems to be tapping into something much bigger in terms of how humanity is evolving, and seems to me needs to evolve in relationship to conflict if we're going to find some way to be on the planet together without blowing it up. I have no illusions about changing the world, but I feel the very small part that I play, changing myself, helping others make small changes for themselves, is all part of something much bigger, much more important than any one of us.
I cannot tell you the difference, I swear I see it in numbers. It's a sin, I swear to butter anyway.